Well, here's another Let's Go Help info hero, Pamela Barnett. Yeah, she put up this. It's a grant program for business to share with other people. It's in Colorado. It's called the Energized Colorado Gap Fund. I don't know what. I guess there's so many gaps in Colorado between all those mountains, right? But it's important. Now, this is actually a grant and a loan if you want it. They have a grant of $15,000 plus a loan for $20,000 if you want it. And it's for businesses that could be a sole proprietorship. Let me get that later, okay? Who's eligible? What I also want to tell you is about how the help they have. Everybody thinks you need a grant writer. Here, free support. Need help filling out your application? You just call them. See, everybody, the accountants, everybody wants to scare the bejesus out of you that you need them. But more importantly, look at the date here, August 31st. You just have a couple days to apply. And that's the thing about COVID money, man. It comes and it goes. And they have $25 million. They're getting it from the federal government and local, like nonprofits and fat cats and things like that are putting up this money. And it'll be out there for a while, and it'll be all applied and given out and won't be there again. See, this isn't like Social Security or something that anybody who's eligible, they just keep applying until nobody else applies, right? So don't worry about it. I mean, do worry that you're waiting. Also, they have a video here explaining everything. So you can watch the video. Okay, who's eligible? Small business enterprises. Colorado sole proprietors. That means you working in your basement or your bedroom or bathroom or wherever you want. A registered small business. That means you have some kind of certificate like an LLC, an S corp, or other business types. So it could be anything. Nonprofit organizations. That's right. They're also available. That's happening a lot now. And this new money that's out for small business includes nonprofit organizations. Before it was separate. Okay. So, and you were impacted by the COVID-19. So get ready. What it's warning you here, priority will be given to those who are the following. Actually, they're looking for people, minority-owned businesses or people in lower communities that they'll be up maybe on the list a little higher. So that's interesting. But wherever you are on the list, apply. If you're not on the list, you're nothing. If you're on the list, you get a chance. Okay, so that's energizedcolorado.com. energizedcolorado.com. And if you want to know how to find these kind of programs in your state, hold on. Just following this video is another little video. I take you step by step in Google and how to find it so you can find out all the stuff where you live. Now, the other thing is, how do you find them where you are? Okay, now here's what I would do. And there's many things you can do. Go to Google and put COVID Business Grants Illinois. Okay. When you do that, look at what you get. You get 28 million websites. Well, that's a little too much. And you got to get rid of all the garbage. And the garbage is really people are trying to sell you something. So if you go back to COVID big grants and then the state you're in, and now put settings. Now down here on settings, you see advanced search. That's the magic thing you want to do. That gets rid of a whole bunch of stuff because here you just want the last month. Because these COVID grants, they're gone within a month, 2 months, they're gone. But start at a month, find the new ones. That way you're sure they may have some money left. That's the important thing about these things, that the money goes. Remember the PPP program? All of a sudden that money went, like in 2 weeks. So they had to do more and stuff like that. So that's why you don't want to be left like that. And then the other thing, besides just using COVID business grants, try another one. Put COVID business relief and you'll get more. Here's 105. Before we only had 22. So it's the same thing, because you don't know what they're coding on it. You don't know what they're indexing on it. You got to use a lot of other words. You could maybe just use assistance or something like that. Okay. Now, the other thing you should do if you don't find anything by doing that, then you should set up a Google Alerts. And a Google Alerts is google.com/alerts. Now here, you'll get this page, and you have to have a Google email account, okay, which is Gmail. So So you have to have a Gmail account. So if you don't have one, go set up a Gmail account, come back and put google.com/alerts. And then here you put, COVID, business, grants. Okay. And then you create the alert. Okay. And this way, with the options here, do you want it every day or every week or whatever? You choose. So just create the alert. And what you do is you create 2 or 3 of these. You create one for COVID business. Oh, I see. You got to put your state in here. So Illinois. Okay. Then you do another one and you put COVID business assistance if you want, or help or whatever. You do a bunch of things and see what comes up. It's a trial and error. What I know may or may not work. This is just a process you have to figure out. This is all artwork, man. This is not just mechanical stuff, and you don't have to think. You see, you even have to spell right. Otherwise, it's not going to go. ILLINOIS. I flunked English in college. I have 2 New York Times bestsellers. Don't trust me with selling. So that's it. You're looking for a grant. I think this is the best opportunity because this stuff's coming out. People aren't whole yet. Half the country is still underwater. They haven't come back to where they were. We have 30 million people that are out of work collecting unemployment, and there's only 6 million jobs available. So you have 30 million, 6 million jobs. You're not going to get a job real fast. So you got to find these other sources of income, to do this, whether it's here or alternative sources besides regular jobs, which I talk about in the gig economy and things like that, freelancing. And I got a lot of help on that too. But even whether you use me or not, realize it takes work. You're going to have to, put in the time, put in the hours. Nobody, me or anybody else, could give you one place to apply to, and you're going to get money and all your problems are solved. No, you'll pay $10,000 to somebody, and that's why I used to charge $10,000 to people to do this. Rich people, they'll pay anything, and I still, it's not guaranteed. So that's why you have to learn yourself how to use this system. The system is for everybody. You got to learn the new school tools, like driving a car. We used to ride around on horses. Everybody learned how to ride a horse. Now we have cars. You had to learn how to ride a car to get around. Okay. Now here, you got to learn how to use this sucker to get around. Good or bad, a lot of bad things with it, right? But how are you going to get out the good stuff? And that's why learning.